What is up? What is up? You guys can let me know if you can hear me or not. All right. Sup, Jure? Is it Jure? Brandon? Yeah, I made it all the way. That is hilarious. Littlefinger is still alive. Arya is dead. Nah. Giant Oscar the Grouch. That's just my green screen behind me, man. For today, the so what? Littlefinger turns into Arya. Hello, Ebony, Ivory. It's true, bro. Because don't you think the Chaos is a Ladder scene with Bran and Littlefinger was stupid? If it was stupid, it was very. I think it was like a fan service thing. To be honest, I think they just wanted us to refer that speech that Littlefinger gave. I think that's all that was about. Yeah, I heard that theory too. Was saying that Jackin is cereal. There's so many theories out there, man. So many. You guys are welcome. Blue Gypsy. It was hard. You guys don't even know, and that's why I wanted to do this. I wanted to do this live stream with y'all because I wanted you guys to understand. Because even until now, to be honest, people are still like in the comment section, still accusing me of watching the whole show and all this other stuff and then reacting to it, and I'm like, really, bruh? You know, so I'm giving the real ones and the haters a chance to come at me. Yeah. Let me take this. Hold on. Let's see if I can pop it out. Yeah, let me pop this chat out real quick. Make sure I get through all these questions here. Is it to when Arya was spying on Littlefinger, he gave an ironclad to a young woman. A faceless man died instead of him. Man, guys are hilarious, man, with these theories. Hey, that actually just might happen. Arya might wear Littlefinger's face as a mask and go and do some spying. That seems reasonable if they have time for it in season 8. Because I just think season 8 is going to be about the the war against the White Walkers. I think that's all season 8 is going to be about. I don't think we might. I don't think unless they're gonna do like 3 episodes of the war, and then because it's only gonna be 6 episodes, so unless they're gonna do 3 episodes of that war and then come back to conclude the whole Daenerys versus Cersei thing, you know so unless they're gonna go there, I don't think anything else other than that. I mean, I just think it's just gonna be one just big war arc. I don't know if Littlefinger actually believes. I don't know if Littlefinger actually believes that Arya, I mean that Bran is a warg or whatever. Does he? Would he have that knowledge? Maybe. I mean, more than likely, I believe he does know, but he probably doesn't really believe. You know, probably have heard the stories. I mean, the guy pretty much like information is just like he retains information. He's like the freaking him and Varys is like the Game of Thrones encyclopedia. So you know, so they know things. So him believing it is a whole different thing. No, I don't want Hanjok. No, I don't think Jamie will die in battle. I it's a good way to think about it. It would be a good way for him to go. I wouldn't like to see. I think a better way for Jamie to go is for him to fight Brienne. I think that would be a better way for him to go. Would be a very emotional scene. Um yeah, I think it would be a very emotional scene for him to go with going against Brienne or somebody. Well, not or somebody. I think that would be the most effective writing they could do. Who will? What is that? Gerard prediction, guys, for who will Heidi? What is that? Heidi later? What is that? In season 8? I mean die. Oh, it was a miss. That was that threw me off. I thought you was trying to say Heidi, but it's die in season 8. Sansa, John, Danny, Cersei. You think all those people are gonna die in season 8? Wow. I don't think Cersei ain't showing up on the battlefield, so I don't know how she would die. Okay, who do I think is going to die in season 8? I think John will die in season 8. Um, I think John will die in season 8. I don't think Daenerys will die. I don't think Daenerys will die. Um, Sansa, I think Sansa will survive. Season 8. Also, I think Arya is gonna join the fight to go, against the White Walkers. I think she will join the fight. I mean, or else, why is she there? You know what I'm saying? To go assassinate Cersei, maybe, but I don't see. Just thinking about it, I think off the top of my head, I think John will die. Like, um, I feel like after everything is done, I think that after everything is at the end of of season 8, I think there's not gonna be any dragons. I think both dragons will die during the war. I really do believe that. Um, if we're just talking about people that we've gotten you know, used to seeing, um, I really do think that John won't survive. I think Daenerys will. Um, I think Jamie will die during the war too. The Hound, people like that. I think those people who are gonna really be involved in the fighting are going to die. Yeah, yeah. Jamie, I think some of the people. I mean, we kind of already know that Varys is going to die. If they don't kill Varys, then what the Red Woman said to him is not going to make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Because she says she's going to die, and he's going to die in the same place. So that wouldn't make any sense. If Varys doesn't die by the end of next season and the show is over, then that dialogue would make absolutely no sense, you know. Ebony says, I like Jamie, but I'm hoping he dies for pushing Bran out the window. He can't just pop up at Winterfell without Bran peeping him. You are so right about that. I mean, some people have still not forgiven Jamie for that. But I don't want to sound, you know, weird or anything like that. But it's kind of like Bran had to go through what he had to go through to be the three-eyed raven. That's what I believe. Even though what was done to him was wrong, that started him on this path, him surviving an assassination. I mean, that scene where Catelyn saved them, I mean, wow. You know what I'm saying? Talk about a mama bear fighting for the cub. you know I mean, luckily, what's his name? It was Summer, right? Luckily, Summer was there and came in and you know ended that situation. Look at the questions here. So I don't think Brand cares anymore about that, because there's so much bigger picture stuff going on right now. He'll probably mention it, of course. He'll probably mention it maybe later, but I don't think but all that stuff is probably like after, as I said, after the war ends, after, you know, if they kill the Night King, that is. What's up, Gavin? Nah, but everyone else will care. That's true. A lot of people are still on that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like how if I'm supposed to talk about the last episode of this season, episode 7, I would have to say I really wanted to talk about it, to discuss it, but I said let me leave it for the live stream. One of the things I really wanted to discuss was the fact that about the situation with Jon and Daenerys right now. And I know a lot of people already started to say that, Targaryens, they've been, inbreeding for a very long time, so it's not strange. It doesn't make it right. So at this point in time, I am very turned off by this whole thing, of them sleeping together. Like, I'm not for it. You can't be sleeping with your auntie. It's just not cool. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like how we um look at the relationship between Jamie and Cersei as wrong. We got to look at this relationship as wrong also. Just from a moral standpoint. Yes, it's a part of a story, but I can't be disgusted by Jamie and Cersei, and then I'm not disgusted by Jon and Daenerys. Like, I know they don't know at this point. So, just quote unquote, yeah, it's fine right now. But at the same time, we know, as the audience, we do know. So I'm still cringing at it. Like, I know I've gone back to look at um, over, like, I think it was like yesterday after I finished with everything, I was looking at some episode 7 reactions on YouTube, and you have people that were like, "Yay, cheering it on." And I'm like, you're the same person that hated the fact of between Jamie and Cersei. Why are you cheering this on? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't like that idea. I don't like it. I'm still cringing at it because as much as I love John as a character, as much as I love Daenerys as a character, once I found out that John is a Targaryen, Stark, whatever, you know, I wasn't weary of the fact that, because once I saw what they were building up to in during the final season, and I saw that it seems like they're going to end up together, because it was obvious, because I kept talking about it. It was very obvious that they were, the way how she was looking at it, him looking at her, and then I found they confirmed it, you know, because I was thinking maybe they weren't like directly like, but it's too close, man. It's not even like some 6 7 cousin stuff, but it's like it's direct. It's like a generation down. You know what I'm saying? It's like Daenerys, John. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. Like, it's too close. It's too close of a blood, and I have a feeling that she's gonna get pregnant from this. From that one, even if he finds out in episode 1 of season 8 that he's Aegon Targaryen, even if he finds out right then and there, I just feel like Daenerys is gonna be pregnant, and they're not gonna be able to reverse the process or avoid. I mean, it already happened, mind you. I don't want it to continue. You get what I'm saying? Because now they have they're completely oblivious to the fact. So it's all good story wise, because I don't think if they knew they would have done it. I don't believe that, because um and John is not for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't think Daenerys is for it either. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Novalina. Man, you guys have been super active on this channel, man. So shout out to all of y'all. Funny, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I think Bran will have a vision of when the Mad King burned Brandon and Rickard Stark, and maybe the Mad King wasn't really mad and had a good reason to do so, unless the entire thing is not true. That's the only way I could say, well, he had a good reason to do what he did. If the story is true, there's no good reason. There's no way. There's no way there's a good reason to tell me why he did what he did. Like, even if it was a huge betrayal, like the way how he killed them, like, dude, the Valankar, what is that? Eva said something about a Valankar. I don't remember seeing that comment. Valankar. There, oh, she said, then again, my theory is that JV is the Valankar. I don't know what is a Valankar. So I'm gonna try to answer as much as your questions as possible, okay? Maggie, Maggie the Witch's prophecy. From where? Is that has to do with Game of Thrones or something else? Maggie, was there a witch? Is that the witch that told Daenerys that she will never have children? I'm trying to remember if that was her name. You guys can let me know. Let me see if I can find, but I don't want to go too far because I want. Okay, so Gerard, so what do you think on the Tyrion Targaryen theory? Okay, I did see that comment and it fits the lore and story. I might have to disagree with you on that one. In the books, I don't know how it plays out in the book. Gerard, I really don't. I don't know how it plays out in the book. Maybe there's a more thorough explanation where I could say it fits into the story, but at this point, I don't see how it does. You know, it would, as I've said, I responded to somebody in the comment that mentioned it. I don't remember if it was you, but I did say that it would be a bit of an asshole. You know what I'm saying? It just would be a bit of an asshole if they put that into the story in season 8. It just, for one scene, based on one scene, you know what I'm saying? It's just doesn't make sense. It's just based on the fact that Tyrion went into the catacombs and took the chains of the dragons. You know, that they were able to let him do that. But that could just be, you know, the dragons just being smart enough to understand who's, you know, Daenerys's friends or allies. That it just could be that, you know. So maybe in the book there's a more thorough explanation of, or towards that theory, you know. Gold will be their crowns and gold their shrouds. uh, is that, I think I remember that line. I don't remember what season that was from. I'm guessing that's from The Witch. They're saying, why should Jamie fight against Brienne? Because I think I think it would be more dramatic. You know what I'm saying? And you see, as I mentioned it, it would be unexpected for him to die by Brienne's hand. You get what I'm saying? It would be a more emotional, it would have more emotional weight to it. You get what I'm saying? Because it would be something that they don't want to do, or that both of them don't want to do, but they have to do. You get what I'm saying? So, okay, so Liz D says everything the Lord of Light's vision have led his followers to do. results in more conflict and more death. I'm telling you. The I don't know, man. All of these gods have different agendas, but at the same time, it's like all of them are relevant. You get what I'm saying? It's not like, it's not a a choosy, like, people they do have choices on which god they want to serve, but at the same time it's like all of them play a part in the story. The Lord of Light being seems like the most prominent in the story because he's like everywhere. The I don't remember. You guys can tell me what's the name, the ones that give that power that Bran has, the one, the tree with the faces on it. I don't remember the name. They have a part to play, you know. Um, so the god of death, the many faced god, whatever, they have a part to play. They have to train assassins, you know, and I mean, pretty much all of them is really kind of like at the end of the day self-serving. But at the same time, it seems like the Lord of Light is the one that's like, he chooses people for bigger things. You know what I'm saying? Like the bigger ideas along with the tree face one. Maybe maybe those are husbands and maybe those are like the couple, that's the couple, the god couple. Of course I'm just trolling, guys. So but they do lead to more conflict and more debt, to be honest, because it's just the way I think a lot of times what happens is that these witches, they misinterpret too many things, but and they're the ones that causing the chaos. I think they believe that they have to do these sacrifices for things to happen, and I don't think that's the way that they're telling them to go. I think they get a vague picture in the visions, right? And they don't. I mean, no, they're not telling you to kill people like that or sacrificing little girls and all of this other stuff, but they do it anyways because they feel like that's the way that works. I mean, I don't see Thoros going around sacrificing people, or maybe he is just not on screen. Um, okay, so Jamie will die in the arms of the woman he loves, but who does he love though? You know, who does Jamie really love? Let's be honest about it here. Let's talk about it. Who does Jamie really love? You know, does he love Brienne? Does he love Brienne or does he really love Cersei? I think that I think the situation with Cersei is I really do believe um that Jamie loves her, but there is a conflict of interest when it comes on to Brienne. I think he wishes he could love Brienne. I also do believe that he does have strong feelings for her. You know, um, Oh, they left it out of the show, the Valankar prophecy. Okay. In the book, she said that the Valankar would kill her. Her little brother? Does she have a brother that's alive? Daenerys doesn't have a brother that's alive, so if Valankar means little brother in Valyrian, um doesn't really make much sense. But you guys, okay, so that's why Cersei has always hated and feared Tyrion so much. Oh. Oh, Maggie. Oh, I have it wrong. Okay. You see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys are all the way down. Like, I'm still like in the middle of the comments looking. So I know you guys are probably answering me right now live. Okay. But I'm trying to answer as much questions. So Thanks for that, because now you're talking about. I think Maggie is the witch that Cersei saw when she was younger, right? It has to be. It can be. I thought it was the witch that told Daenerys. I thought it was that witch, but it's not that witch you're talking about. You're talking about the witch that talked to Cersei, right? Um okay. Okay, so she assumed that Tyrion is Valankar. No wonder she's always wanted to kill him. But why would they leave that out though? That would be important to know. Jamie is also younger than her. That's true. Um so Mad Queen, yeah, you're making some good points there. Um Ava or Eva. Um, Amelia Clark, who plays Danny, gave a pretty cryptic interview about how she felt about her character at the end. Ah, link me that interview. I'm planning to do a lot of reactions coming up for Game of Thrones. A lot of reactions, videos that you guys um have suggested. Okay, so Cersei will be turned into a White Walker. I don't think that's gonna happen. By the Night King, and then they will marry. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure Daenerys will die giving birth to Jon's child, just like her mother. Mm. I don't think they have enough time to do anything like that. Because I mean, as I said, I believe that she's gonna get pregnant from this one sexual encounter between her and John slash Aegon, whatever. So okay, never remember the books. Okay, um, Zainab Magdi believes John and Danny both will die. Um, I think Daenerys will survive. I think John will die. Um, okay, so they left the Blanca part out on the series. I think Michael says I think Jaime and Tyrion are gonna die. I also think so. Finish the war. Okay, opening scene of next season. Opening scene of next season. Beric searching for Tormund in the snow rubble. Sees Tormund laying face down, goes over to help him. Tormund rolls over and is a white. Ah, but we have not seen Tormund actually die. I mean, I saw him, but looks it kind of looks like he got wiped out, but I don't know for sure. I'm not sure if no. I'm not writing my boy Tormund off yet. big big announcement, guys. Characters will die next season. Okay, that's from Liz. But I still think, Eva said, but I still think that's gonna guide them if that makes sense. Story wise, it would make sense for Jamie to kill the Mad Queen, and that's his redemption. I don't think Jamie could bring himself to kill Cersei. I really don't think so. Just like how she couldn't bring herself to kill him. You know, I mean, as mad as she was in that scene, and that's the thing. Like, I kind of got a little bit scared for a second when the mountain pulled his sword out, but I was like, no way, you know, no way it's gonna happen. Um, that would be his redemption. Hmm, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That would be too much for Jamie. He's already killed one Mad King, and now for him to kill the Mad Queen, which would be a little bit too close to home. You know what I'm saying? That would be too close to home. That is true. George wants to flip the way we look at protagonists and antagonists. I'm pretty sure we'll end up sympathizing with the wild. There is nothing that George could write could make me sympathize with the Wild Walkers. They killed Viserion. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with them. They killed Viserion, man. I'm done with them. Who is the prince that was promised, and who promised him to who? Um, well, I, the red woman said John is the prince that was promised. I mean, at first she thought it was Stannis. So, is it really John? Um, I mean, John, he is a prince, and he's the rightful heir to the throne, which I don't think he wants. Furthermore, he already pled fealty to Daenerys, so he has to carry out that oath. He can't take the throne. He's already done that, regardless of who he's revealed to be. Unless he's gonna kill Danny, which we all know not's gonna happen. So, man, y'all really want Arya to carry on with these faces, huh? The prince that was promised is a reincarnation of the hero Azur Ahai, who had a flaming sword, but he had to kill his wife to get it. I'm not sure what that means. Too long to explain the whole story. Okay, agreed. This this is the stuff leaked. Oh, there was stuff leaked for season 8 already. I just want to see theories. I don't want to see leaks. I don't want to be so spoiled for season 8. I just want to see theories. I don't want to see leaks. Will he warg into Cersei or the mountain? Maybe the mountain. Would make sense for him to warg into Cersei. Maybe he'll use the mountain like how he used Hodor. Oh, that's just theorizing. Okay, yeah. They're probably all bogus. It's true. Who? The writers of the show? Prevent what happened before seasons. They put a dozen fake leaks on the internet themselves. Oh, that would be dope if they did that themselves. So they could, throw off the trolls. The leak I have heard are super stupid, so they may be true. Man, you guys really some of you guys really do not like season 7, huh? The essay on part 7 of the last episode is posted. Yes, the essay. You know, the essay. Damn. I read all of it though. When I read the leak of season 7, I thought it was bullshit. Okay. The leaks, um, if they turn out to be true, I mean, and that's the reason why I don't really like going to channels where they're talking about leaks and stuff. This is a very big problem when it comes on to anime and stuff like that. I get spoiled all the time in anime because of leaks coming out before the episodes drop and stuff like that, and you get spoiled all the time because you're in these anime communities and people, they post videos of like 5 episodes of leak just based on the titles and stuff like that, because Japan is a little bit ahead of, here us in the States. And sometimes because of TV guides and stuff like that, they get information about the episode before the episode even airs. So I try to stay away from that stuff. But we can discuss, theories and stuff of what we think could happen in episode, and yeah, in that, not episode, I mean season 8. Why should a young man not like his aunt? What? I listen. What I want you guys to understand is this. There's a lot of theories and there's a lot of things that happen when it comes on to um in the story, right? You write in a story and you're saying, okay, this used to happen, doesn't make it okay for me. You get what I'm saying? Me personally, it just doesn't make it okay for me. Like I'm looking at it from the perspective of I understand that these things have to happen in the show. That don't mean I have to be okay with it, you know? Um it's funny is he's saying that Aegon the Conqueror was married to both of his sisters. Doesn't make it okay. you know, it's still wrong, to further the bloodline. And I really do believe that that's where the crazy come from in the Targaryen bloodline. That's where the crazy comes from. Not all of them were crazy, mind you, obviously, but I think that's where a lot of the mental issues with them come from, the craziness, the things that drive them mad, over very simple things, or maybe there's more behind the story than we're led to believe, you know but yeah, a young man can like his aunt, um if he doesn't know that it's his aunt. you know so okay, Valyrians control dragons. At the time there were seven found the Targaryen are the last. They had to practice incest to control the dragons. All right, so there are reasons for them to inbreed. In, you know, there are reasons for the incest to continue. But I'm just saying, um, it's just strange. It's just I'm just not okay with the incest part of the show. It is a part of life. So, I'm not gonna dismiss it to say, okay, incest doesn't happen, because it does happen, you know, in real life. It's just that I don't like seeing it on a on a TV show, but it is there. I love Game of Thrones, so I have to see it. That don't mean I have to agree with it. Okay. You don't think she'll care that ah she always expected to marry her brother until he sold her to Khal Drogo. Was that explained more in the books? I would hope so. I I would hope so, because there was no indication that she expected to marry Viserys. Um, in the books, did Viserys ever rape her, or you know? I mean, she has been through a lot. You know. Thanks a lot. What is that? B Greer. Yeah, thanks a lot. Um, Listen, man, I really I'll let you guys in a little secret as soon as I catch up with these questions and comment. When John, I don't know what he will do. I really don't know what he will do when he finds out that they're related. I think he'll be disgusted by it, but I think maybe uh, I really don't know. I think he might be a bit of, like, he's gonna be very conflicted, because it looks like he looked like the same type of love he had for the hell is I can't even remember her name. It's been so long. Egret, right? It seems like it's the same kind of affection he had for Egret, you know, that he's seeing with Daenerys, that strong-willed women, you know what I'm saying? Traded in the red here for the silver here, but still, Targaryens marrying within the family cause a lot of problems when it comes to the faith of the seven. Mm, all right. I'm definitely planning to read the books. title Kingslayer haunts him. Hmm, that's true. People justifying Danny and John as a romantic couple keep using the books as their rationale, but um George has said many times that if some detail is not in the show, then it's not really pertinent. Okay. Sean Bean will appear in a season 8 brand flashback. That just might happen. That just might happen. We might get to see Ned again. I don't know what the flashback is going to be about. Maybe him and Robert having some sort of conversation about how this whole damn rebellion started over some bull crap that he didn't understand, you know. Come on, load me up, right? Oh, John has a raven as a pet in the books. Hmm, that's strange. Paul, what? The prince who was promised was Poliver, and and then Hot Pie. That's funny. I don't remember where that. Cersei told the mountain never to touch Jamie, even if she asked. Wow, in the books? Was that in the books or? Yeah, I don't think that they would off-screen Tormund either. Um, he's become a very central character and one of John's best friends. So I do think he will die, but I don't think he will get off screen like that. Yeah, definitely not. I agree that I don't have any problem with what you're saying here, Gerard. The greatness is born of incest too. I'm saying it's not. I'm not saying that you got to take the good and the bad. You get what I'm saying? It's just that the whole concept of incest is what I disagree with. I hope you guys understanding what I'm saying. It's not that I'm saying that they didn't do it for a reason. You know, the reason is very comprehensive. The idea, you know what I'm saying, is the idea that I don't agree with. You know, so Jeff was not mad. This is poor man. He was a far better king than. So okay, so before we get too far into you know, just questions. I will be paying attention to the chat, but just you guys to hear me out for a second. Just to address certain things um on the channel and talk about certain things that's been happening on the channel and how we're gonna move forward. Because I do want to talk about what we're gonna do going forward because I don't think a lot of you guys know what's gonna. I'm still gonna be doing Game of Thrones of course when season 8 drops, but in the meantime I'm going to be doing some other things for Game of Thrones, theory videos, some of the videos that you guys have suggested that I reacted to, all of those good all of those good things. But I also need you guys input on what show that you guys think I should move on to next. And off the bat I'm going to let you guys know. Okay. Off the bat, I'm gonna let you guys know. I've watched Breaking Bad. So stop suggesting it. I've said it multiple times that I've watched Breaking Bad already. A lot of people, that is a very high request on the channel for me to do Breaking Bad. I've watched Breaking Bad already. Right. It's 5 seasons. It's 5 season, one of the best TV shows I've ever watched, to be honest. I watched it when it was airing, just a long time ago. Um, and Every season was awesome of that show. Every single season was awesome. Okay. Okay, what is that? To animes, Peaky Blinder and Code Geass. I've never seen any of those. I've I've heard of them, but I've never heard. Actually, I've never heard of Peaky Blinder. Never heard of Peaky Blinder. Code Geass I have heard about. Evil Main Man in the High Castle. Is that a TV show? Okay, Peaky Blinders. Okay. I'm gonna see about that Peaky Blinders. Hold on. Where's my phone? Um, The Wire. I have seen The Wire also. Actually, I just it wasn't long ago. Actually, it's probably like a year ago that I watched the entire thing because it was on what was it? I think it was on Netflix. I don't remember where I watched it. It was either on Netflix or on demand. I watched The Wire. It's pretty good. It's pretty awesome. Um, Pretty awesome, man. I actually didn't know um when it comes on to The Wire. It's been a while. Man, it's been a while. But it was good though. It was a very good series. Very, very good TV series. The actress Man in the High Castle. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Cause now that cause the thing about Game of Thrones was this. Um, it's an hour long, sometimes even a little bit longer than an hour. And what happens with Game of Thrones was that it took up so much of my time when it comes to editing and rendering out these videos that I virtually could not react to anything else on the channel. Pretty much. It's very like sometimes I really have to like sneak the anime that I'm doing in there. I've if you guys go on those videos, you'll see me apologizing so much for not being, you know, consistent with the anime videos, um so and even if you look at my earlier stuff, you see that I would react to trailers and stuff like that. I had to cut all of that out, right? So for me, like for my schedule is extremely hectic, guys, right? Just to let you guys in on a little bit about myself. I'm an entrepreneur. So I'm all over the place, right? I trade forex, I do multiple different things, and I'm all over the place, in and out all the time, right? So I don't get much sleep, but I gotta make the sacrifices now so that I don't have to do it later and I can retire my ass early. Okay. So, but I'm all over the place doing different things here and there, investing in this, investing in that. So I don't have a lot of time. The reason why I started this YouTube channel is because I've just become obsessed with reaction channels. Like that's all I watch on YouTube. There's nothing else. The Tyrone Magnus, the Dante, and I said maybe somebody would be interested in what I have to say from a different point of view because I tend to look at everything um differently from most people. I have a different perspective. I've always been an analytical person, you know, so I tend to like look at things differently from the main core. And I know that a lot of people will come here, they will accuse me of watching the show before and then coming and doing the reactions and stuff like that. And that's just because I pay attention. If you watch a lot of reactors that are on YouTube, you will see that they're just watching the show for the enjoyment of it. That's not me. I was watching the show to understand the lore and to understand the behind the scenes stuff, the stuff that they're not showing you, right? I've watched enough TV shows over the course of my life to be able to analyze a show based on how somebody writes a show. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Law and Order SVU. I stopped watching it. They're like 2021 episode, 21 season deep, I think, at this point. I stopped watching it because it just became too predictable for me. I couldn't watch it anymore. It just became too predictable. The writing is too predictable. You can practically watch the episode and know who the abuser or the rapist or whatever it is going to be. In the first 10 minutes of the show. You can guess who it's going to be, and it ends up being that person. And I found out that, probably around 80% of the time I'm right. So I stopped watching it because it became boring, right? So, some people watch TV show for the pure entertainment. I can't do that. Over the years that I've watched, I've always been like this ever since I was a kid. That's who I was. So, I'm definitely going to take a look at that High Castle. Um oh, it's at 30 episodes at the moment, so I could catch up. Okay. Um what channel is it aired on? Yes, Eva, it is Amazon Prime. Okay. All right, definitely. I have Amazon Prime, so I can definitely check out. Yeah, I love stuff that surprise me, guys. I can't take, the whole predictability and stuff like that. Like, if it gets too much, there's certain things that if you pay attention, um like in Game of Thrones, there's certain things that if you pay attention to, if you actually are paying attention, like I told you guys, I took notes, right? I took notes, I write things down. So a lot of stuff will come back to me eventually. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what writing is about. A lot of writing is very circular. You get what I'm saying? They give you a little nugget here and a little nugget here to bring it back later full circle. So you have to pay attention to that. I have a background in cinematography. I've said this multiple times, but people, still come on the channel, and because they don't hear that stuff, because they don't watch my videos entirely, they just hear to accuse. They see these things and they think that, I'm just pulling stuff out of my ass, or I've watched the show already. You know what I'm saying? So, um I've seen people make predictions about a show on other channels and it came to pass. So s- if you pay attention to a lot of the small little details when you're watching a show, you can predict a lot about the show, because writing is not that complicated. It's a human being that write these things, guys. It's a human being. It is not some magical fairy that writes these things. It's a human being. So if you can put yourself in that person's shoes, or put yourself in the writer's shoes, a lot of times you can figure out what they were thinking when they wrote a particular scene, and you could predict even what the person is going to say. This is stuff that if you watch enough TV, that there's certain things that are callbacks and stuff like that. So welcome to to the latecomers that are trickling in right now. We've been here for almost an hour, actually a minute beyond an hour. Just read One Piece. One Piece, I am up to date with. I am up to date with. I do not like the anime. So I think the last thing I watched in the anime for One Piece was the Katakuri fight. Um, that's the only thing I watch the anime for, is to see the fights in live action. But I do follow the manga. I do follow the One Piece manga, which is hype as hell right now. So hype. So I'm definitely into the One Piece manga. Okay. So give me a second. Let me get my phone really quick. still got my phone. I need to take some notes about these shows that you guys are suggesting. Um, so what was that one again? Let me scroll up for a bit. FO4 settlement bills. My life on YouTube. Oh, FO4 settlement bills. What is that? I've never heard of those videos. Okay, so we got Peaky Blinders. I'm gonna check that out. Peaky Blinders and Gios. Gios. And we have that Man in the High Tower. Is it? Is it Man in the High Tower? You guys said. Come on, stop it. Oh, Code Geass, right? Code Geass. Um, is it Man in the? Oh, Fallout 4. Okay. Um, what did they do with Fallout 4? Oh, the settlement bills. Okay. They definitely shit the bed with Fallout. What was it? What is it? Fallout, that last one that came out, Fallout 76 or whatever, 1976 or something like that. They shit the bed with that one. Just the game is just not at this point. I don't even think they optimized the thing before they put it out. It's terrible to play online. Man in the High Castle. Okay, Man in the High Castle. For those of you that just came in, I'm taking suggestions for shows to react to. Man in the High Castle. Yeah, Fallout. Yeah, it's a definitely it's a shit show. um, yeah, it's. I'm just saying, like it's just the online aspect I'm talking about. I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. Like the fall, it's just the online aspect. Playing with your friends, it's just not optimized. It's There's too many bugs, way too many bugs. Fallout floor is a shit. Okay, it's just too many bugs in that game. And I don't. I play video games when I can, when I get a chance to. You know, so for me to be saying that is just, it carries a lot of weight to it because I don't play it that often. I believe it was a huge waste of my money, to be honest. Yes, I have watched Stranger Things. I have watched Stranger Things. Awesome, awesome. Can't wait for what is it, season 3? Can't wait for season 3. They need to give her some new powers, man. She needs a power up. Like I'm tired of the head leaning and the pushing and I know they need to give her something new. She needs a new power. She needs a power up now. In season 3, they need to give her a power up against these monsters. What what is overrated? Dark? Is it in German? Is it German? The language is German, or it's just a German production? That's for you. What's his name? Yes, you definitely made the right decision, Stephanie. Definitely made the right decision not pre-ordering that. True Detective. True Detective. Okay, only 8 episodes. I could dig it. True Detective. Okay. True Detective got no, I've never seen Vikings. Heard good things about it. Heard great things about the Vikings. A lot of people compare it to Spartacus. But I've never seen Spartacus either. Spartacus was out when Dexter was still on air, so that's the reason why I never watched Spartacus. Um, because I think Dexter was still airing during that time, and it was blowing up too. But I just I never got into it um like that. And the thing about it, like I love anything that has to do with like ancient Rome. You know, anything that has to do with the whole gladiator thing. Like I'm down for it. You know, say Vikings is too gory. I mean, I think they went a lot more to the subtle side with Game of Thrones after a while because Game of Thrones is pretty bloody, man. It gets there, but I think they toned it down a lot as the seasons went on. Okay, so Dark, I'm gonna put it on the list. Dark, um, and I don't mind watching something in another language as long as I can get some subtitles in. I'm good. And you said it's dubbed in English too. Okay, that's nice. Listen, man, I'll watch anything. Aura, The Haunting of Hill House. The Haunting of Hill House. Okay. I I'm interested in all kinds of shows. The Last Kingdom. Is that a show you're suggesting, Gavin? Last Kingdom, or is that, or you're referring to something within a show? Somebody suggested Avatar. All right, here is my stance on on Avatar. I have seen couple episodes. I have four nephews, guys. I have four nephews that I will see them watch this when they were younger. I would like pop by my sister's house and I would see them watching Avatar. It never really grabbed me as an anime. You know what I'm saying? I heard it's pretty great. But I've seen a couple of episodes. But we'll see. Maybe I'll try it out, you know, because it may be the same situation like what I had with Game of Thrones, where I wasn't really into it. And then now I'm like a super fan, like everybody else, you know. So I'll put Avatar on the list as an anime that I should check out. And I would go back all the way from the start. 'Cause I think they have a spin-off of it going on right now, or I might be wrong. Wrong. So Last Kingdom is actually a show. Okay. All right. Put that on the list too. Vikings is great. Supernatural. I watched Supernatural when um what's the name of that series? Smallville. When Smallville was on, I was watching Supernatural along with it. I stopped watching. I think the Lily arc is what threw me off about that show. Like I think it was when was it Sam that died? I think it was Sam that died and came back to life. I think he I think he was brought back by I don't remember exactly how it went, but something it had to do with an angel bringing him back. Um, Lilith, yeah. That arc threw me off about the show. That was way back though, because I think it's like what season is it in now? Like 17 or something like that. That's way back, man. Way back. Oh yeah, it was Dean that died. Yeah. We do not speak of that sinful monstrosity. Maybe I'll get back into it. Um, yeah, that arc threw me off. That Lilith arc really threw me off about the show. So I don't know. I mean, if people are still watching that show, it must be doing pretty good. I mean, if CW kept it on, because it must be doing pretty good. The Hound and the Mountain. I didn't even think of that. That's actually a fight I want to see. The Hound and the Mountain. The Deuce. The Deuce. Okay. I mean, if you guys watch Power, man, like Power, Power is good. You know, Power is good. I like Power. Oh, it's in season 14. Okay, it's been a while. I was watching before Smallville, and those were my two shows on CW that I watched. Supernatural and Smallville. Westworld and Black Mirror. Yeah, I have those, but let me put it on this list that I'm making right now. I had those on another list. Westworld is with one of my favorite actors, so I definitely got to check it out. Definitely have to check it out. Okay, so let's see if there were any more suggestions before we continue. It's pretty good for a chick flick. It calls Supernatural a yeah. It's pretty good for a chick flick. Wow. You really think that Supernatural is a chick flick? I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go that far as to say it's a chick flick. Thanks, Eva. Okay, I'm definitely gonna check out a lot. Of course, I can't do all of them at once, but I'll continue to do reactions, and I'll start a new show when I can, of course. But I do want to get a consensus because now that Game of Thrones is over, I have to find something new to react to, as in TV shows. So I just want to get like where everybody's with. I wish more people were here, but I know a lot of people like subscribers from on this channel are like in different parts of the world. So it's like really like late for them right now, like early morning for them right now. The Expanse, if you like sci-fi, just got picked up by Amazon. Talking about Westworld, right? Gavin, you're talking about Westworld that got picked up by Amazon, or is that Black Mirror? I think Black Mirror is a Netflix series, ain't it? Oh, there's people from Game of Thrones in Black Mirror. Okay. Animated series, Rick and Morty, BoJack Horseman. I watched the first season of BoJack Horseman. It is hilarious. you know, I haven't watched any other season after that. I didn't know if they continued it. You know what BoJack Horseman reminds me of? Archer. It reminds me of Archer. Never watched Rick and Morty though. Um, the thing about it is that I have to have, I think, at least 1,000 subscribers to do community posts, guys. I don't have that tab yet. I don't have the community tab yet, so I can't do the poll. Any poll that I'm gonna have to do, you guys gonna have to follow me on Twitter. That's the only way that I can do polls for you guys. Um, at this point, at this point. See, yeah, I mean, yeah, I know that it's late for some of you guys. I'm glad that you're here. Yeah, that's not cool, Reverend. You're 666 subs. Yeah, 666 at midnight. Not cool. 30 minutes each. Yeah, they're really short. I know. Yeah, it's pretty late in some places. And I'm so happy that you guys decided to come. Some people have come, they've gone. We gotta go to bed or whatever early. Um, The Expanse. Isn't The Expanse is with Halle Berry, right? If I'm correct, I think. I don't remember. I think Halle Berry is in The Expanse. Isn't that a space show? My Twitter is at Terabyte Reacts. Just like how the channel name at Terabyte Reacts. It's basically at the beginning of all of my reactions. I put it there for you guys to join me there. What do you guys think about the Crown? I'm gonna put the Handmaid's Tale here. The Crown. I've heard good things about The Crown. It's one of my favorite actors, which I don't get to see her a lot. One of my favorite actresses of all time, like flawless actually. Like the first time I saw her was in Armageddon. Liv Tyler, oh my god. Flawless actress, man. And I don't think she gets a lot of props for her acting. She was also in Lord of the Rings as an elf. It gets so much better. And so I got The Crown, Handmaid's Tale. Be a little too quirky. I'll check it out. Um, if it gets enough support, I'll continue it. That's Rick and Morty I'm talking about. The story is hard, yes, but I found the film is so slow and boring I couldn't watch more than one season. What are you talking about? The Expanse or Gerard? Bye, Ebony. Um, yeah, I'm from to the great. Ignore this question. How old am I? Yeah, you're not gonna know my age. But I am older than 28. I'm older than 28. Just know that. Liv Tyler, not Taylor. It's what's his name? That rock star's daughter. I remember his name. His name is Tyler. Yeah, I've heard very good things about The Crown. A lot of people like it. Some people have suggested This Is Us, and I'm like, I watched 2 episodes of This Is Us, and that show is just way too emotional, like, and I get too emotionally involved in TV shows, and I'm not about to cry on camera, so you guys will never see that, or maybe it'll happen one day. Novels, okay. With Steven. Yeah, Liv Tyler is to me, she's a brilliant actress. No, other people might have their different issues with it or whatever, with her or whatever, but she's just, to me, to she's a great actress. She's not, I'm not saying she's Meryl Streep great, you know what I'm saying, but or maybe I like her because, you know what I'm saying, because I've, in the past I've had a crush on her. Maybe that's the reason why. I don't know. Maybe that's swaying my view a little bit. 700 and super. Maybe. You never know. I mean, I actually, my beard and stuff, I wear my beard so people don't think I'm like 20 years old. Because when I don't have a beard and stuff, I look extremely way too young. You know what I'm saying? I've had people come up to me and say I'm 19. You know what I'm saying? When I'm like was in my late 20s is crazy. But that's just how it is sometimes. So I wear my beard mostly because of that reason, because I don't want people to think like I'm that young. Sabrina? I've never heard of that. It's on Netflix? Okay. Sabrina, is it about magic and stuff like, Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Okay. It's pretty popular. Oh, it's moodier and satanic. Oh lord. These days I got you got to be really careful about these shows, man. You know. Oh, blowing up the comment section over there on those videos, man. I hope you guys really enjoyed those reactions, man, cuz man, you have no idea the hours sometimes like that I spend trying to get all those parts out, and my schedule is already ridiculous. So a lot of times I'll be up till like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning trying to get those videos done, you know. No, I heard Lucifer is trash. Absolute trash. I know it's from, is it a DC, is it DC Comics or Marvel? I think it's DC, right? It's about the devil deciding to quit his job in hell. My god. Just the premise alone is absolutely ridiculous. Quit his job. So it was a job. Him being in hell was a job. Archie comic strip in the 90s. They did a fluffy version, but okay, okay. Sabrina, okay. Counterpart is really good so far. The second season starts tomorrow. It's on Stars. What are you talking about, Gavin? The Sabrina? I guess. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. A lot of times, I didn't even know they canceled Lucifer. I didn't even know. I did not even know. Sometimes, shows are just so corny you can't get into them because it's just like just the whole premise when you think about it. Like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's cheesy. It just, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody knows about The Flash. You know what I'm saying? Even Agents of Shield is a pretty dope series. And that's what I'm saying. Like everybody knows what The Flash is about. Everybody knows about Legends of Tomorrow. Everybody knows about Green Arrow. Not a lot of people know about Lucifer. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking about Lucifer, you probably heard about Lucifer from the Bible, not from as a popularity as in, as a comic book series or a comic book character. It's just like, it's just like certain characters that, they will try to bring to the forefront now because, it's the era of comic books, and TV shows and movies, and they try to bring them to the forefront. It's like, who the hell is this guy? You know what I'm saying? So Lucifer is one of those characters by one of the streamers. What streamer? The fans insisted. Wow. Lucifer the character is so super cool, drives a cool car, and hangs around in bars all the time. Yeah, he's so cool, right? Oh, I can't remember if it was okay. I don't see Netflix picking that up. Maybe Amazon. This is the lesser of the three at this point. Amazon is not as popular as the other two. They're getting up there though. They're getting a lot of people to come to Amazon to do, exclusive series. So they'll get there. I mean, Amazon is basically taking over the damn world anyways. They're gonna figure something out. They have their foot in everything. Star Wars. Let me address the Star Wars issue, okay? And please don't come at me. Um, I've heard a lot about Star Wars. Heard a lot about this show. As you guys maybe can tell, I'm not American. So it's a favorite of so many Americans. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that I've watched it in passing. You get what I'm saying? I haven't watched all of them. A lot of people say that Han Solo movie was trash. Um, my thing with Star Wars is that I'm not into the lore of it, and I think if I do get into the lore of it, I would love it just as anybody else because I'm all for science fiction. Okay, I'm all for sci-fi. Love sci-fi. So um, so when it comes on to the whole thing. I already know the story. Even though I have not watched it, I know the story behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like know the fact that it turns out that Darth Vader is Luke Walker's dad. What's his name? Anakin. I know all that stuff from just people talking about it around me. You get what I'm saying? But I've never actually sat down and watched it for myself. Maybe one of these days I'll get a chance to watch them. Oh, so Netflix. Okay. I that's a surprise. I'm surprised that Netflix would pick up that show, to be honest. Because I mean they literally just canceled their two of their most popular show. Daredevil and Luke Cage. And I mean, I get why they did it because it's because Marvel has plans for the characters. So we'll see. He's like he quit his job in hell. What can be cooler than that? Better have funny bar. Oh my god, it's hilarious. I am going to. I do get a lot of time to read because I might get the audiobooks if those are available. You guys can let me know if they're audiobook available for the Game of Thrones books. Because I do spend a lot of time in my car just listening to, motivational stuff and stuff like that. So I can slip the Game of Thrones stuff in there just to listen, you know, and to listen to it. I don't know if I have the time to actually sit down with a physical copy of those books and read it. I'm just on the move too much. You start a real war in the comments. As I said, I've never really watched it. So I'm not saying I've watched it. It's just that from just people just talking about it, and because it's so popular, people will talk about it around me and I will just overhear certain things or you know what I'm saying? And people like to quote things from Star Wars, it's just how it is. They disrespected Mark Hamill and his character Luke. Okay. Well, don't start talking about it. Stop watching Rogue One after 15 minutes. It was too stupid. Real to the when it comes on to comic book movies and stuff like that, like I'm for it. I'm for the comic book series. Um for a lot of reasons. I grew up on comic books. So to see these characters come to life, and I'm not by any stretch of the means, I don't think that all these movies are good and TV series. I don't think all of them are good. Some of them has really gone downhill. Like for me, The Flash has just fallen off. You know what I'm saying? I still watch it when I can, but it's just fallen off for me. Like it started out good first couple of seasons, and it's the same thing with um Arrow kind of had a lull in the middle. I think it's like the current season I think is in season 7, right? The current season is I just I think they don't have the same writing as they did when they just began. So it's like you get a lot of plot holes and plot armors and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the fans wanted what's her name? For Katie Cassidy to stay in the show, so they brought her back. You know what I'm saying? And I understand it wasn't a plot hole bringing her back the way they brought her back as Black Siren, but it was just like, dude, sometimes it was very tragic when she died, how she died, everything about it, very emotional scene. Now she's back. So it was a bit off for me. But she's here now, so trying to be the person who we saw died. So it was just, yeah. What movie is that? Oh man, you guys are still talking about Star Wars. So hold off on the Star Wars Rogue One, man. Massive. Oh, nice. So I'm definitely gonna check out. I'm gonna grab those audiobooks. Oh, that's what they did. That's what they did to Luke. Damn. You guys need to stop with the Star Wars stuff. That's what I'm saying. It's like one of those things. It's like one of those taboo subjects. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody is like a lot of people don't like the direction that they're taking the series, and it that a lot of people blame Disney um um for this approach and whatever. It's like what's his name? What's the name? What's his name? George Lucas? I think it's George Lucas, right? They don't think he has that much. I think they're going for more shock and awe, great spectacle. It's like kind of what Game of Thrones turned into. You get what I'm saying? Like there's no great dialogue and speeches and quotes and stuff anymore. It's just oh, is you know what I'm saying? It's just spectacle now. You know, who can have the coolest lightsaber? So a lot of people is like very disappointed in like the last maybe I think the last three movies or so. Yes, I am going to do the lore videos no matter how long they are. Hopefully they don't have a lot of footage in them. Um I think the lore videos are just like moving pictures, I think. I think I did react to one of them. It was very short, but I know they go on for way longer than that for some of them. Okay, that's pretty interesting to know. I'm gonna be watching some of George's interviews and stuff like that he's done. I'm gonna be reacting to those also. Yeah, it's true though. Like series that have been going on for years now and stuff like that. It's very hard for them to do continuations because you're not gonna make everybody happy because the thing about continuing stuff for multiple seasons is like it can get boring for most fans because over the years you understandably you have to understand that the same writers that wrote season 1 are not the same ones that are going to be writing season 10. So most of the time it's very hard to keep writers on shows for that many years. They move on to better things, especially if they're getting credited. They add to their resumes. Now they can go try to write script for movies, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, and get even bigger recognition. So you have to look at it from that point of view. Like this person might have had the greatest writing ever for the first two seasons, and then three, four seasons in, now you have different writers on the show that don't think the same way. They might know the direction of where it is, but they still can't write as just as great. So you know what I'm saying. So it's tough. But we have to deal with it as fans that are watching these shows. We just have to. It's just how it is. That's the reason why most series go downhill. Is it's all about the writing. You know what I'm saying, and the producers. It's all about the behind the stuff, things that you don't see. Shows get canceled because you know actors don't like each other. You know what I'm saying? So over the years they just fall out. They have a falling out, and the show get canceled because of it. Yeah, just had tons of explosions. All right, when they do a Star Wars movie, they have to make 40 plus old people happy and new ones like children happy. Yeah, it's true. That's what I'm saying. You got to take all of this stuff into consideration that they're trying to maximize the audience. But I, what I believe, what makes a lot of shows continue for years and years and years is because they stick to what they know. And that's the reason why they can last for so long. They're not trying to please the new people. If new people come in, let them watch from season one. You get what I'm saying? It's like what we're experiencing right now in the gaming industry. It's just like I remember because I'm a huge Call of Duty fan. If you guys are out there, you play Call of Duty, you know what I'm talking about. Call of Duty used to be about the grind. It used to be about you coming and get your ass kicked over and over and over again, especially online, and learning how to play the game. Now it's just like they making everything easier so that the new people who are just getting the new Call of Duties, they come in, you know what I'm saying, and they can pick up the game like that and whoop your ass that's been playing the game for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Because they make it easy. They put these cheesy stuff in the game to make it easier for people to adapt to the game quicker. You get what I'm saying? So it doesn't for profit, you know? So it's in the video game industry is kind of not about the player anymore. It's about the money. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to maximize their audience. They want to have as much people possible playing the game instead of just the people who are going to stick with it and get it. You know what I'm saying? That's why single player games these days are getting so much love rather than, you know, multiplayer, because now multiplayer is all about the supply drops now and all this other stuff. That's why this year you saw so many single player games get so much love. God of War, you know, Red Dead Redemption that just dropped, um Spider-Man, all these games, they got so much love. I remember Horizon Zero Dawn. They got so much love because it was just you had to really learn how to play those games to really be really good at it. I mean, that's if you're not playing it in easy mode, because that is, you know, so they got a lot of love because people are tired of the multiplayer experience is not a grind anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be playing these multiplayer games for years and following the franchise, and some dude that just picked up the game yesterday, and in a week, he's already whooping your ass because he's looking for the cheesiest thing that works, you know? So that's just how it is. Yeah. They will only make movies that generate $1 billion profit. That's what I'm saying, man. It's all about the money now. They ran out of source material for Game of Thrones. Okay. Did that happen in the books? Bran ate Jojen's corpse? Did that happen in the books, guys? Because that's a bit much. They have to do these things. But the thing about it is that they shouldn't be afraid to do the dark stuff. It's HBO. You know what I'm saying? It's HBO. They shouldn't be afraid to do dark stuff on these shows because, first of all, kids should not be watching Game of Thrones, period. You know what I'm saying? Under a certain age, they shouldn't be watching Game of Thrones. So they know nothing of the Force. I thought Jojen is still alive in the books. What? Children of the Forest are pretty sketchy in the books for sure. I mean, they look sketchy. Nah, it's Angry Bird. I haven't played Angry Bird since like the first one came out when it was really popular. I haven't even seen the movie. Bethesda single player game. So you are Elder Scrolls fan? Are you on ESO, Stephanie? Do you think the symbols that we see repeated in the show will end up having significance at all, or do you think they just do it to relate different scenes? I think they will have significance. Whether or not they're gonna do them, that's a whole different story. Because I mean, the pace that Game of Thrones has been on, I mean, for season 7 and going into season 8, only 6 episodes. Mind you, people has been telling me that it's gonna be like a hour and a half episodes. Um, so it might probably end up equaling, 10 anyways. Um, uh, I think they will try to wrap up some loose ends to make sure that they cover a lot of the plot holes before ending the series. I think they will try their best to do that. Whether or not they will achieve that is yet to be seen. Yeah, I also stopped playing ESO. They've added a lot since they dropped it. Yeah, it was pretty cool for the most part. The good thing about MMOs is that you can, leave, go back, leave, go back. You know what I'm saying? And just enjoy the new grindy stuff. That's what I love about MMOs. That they just keep going and going and going, so you can always go back and you know have a little bit of the honeymoon phase again. He's not dead, but seems to be dying. Oh, that's what's happening in the books. Okay. There's a scene in the books when Brienne is fighting a crazy man who is literally eating her face. What? The biter? Oh my god. The book? Jesus, man. The stuff that people talk about that happens in the book, I'm like, oh my god. Mm. How does that guy sleep, man? After writing stuff like that? Like, oof, brilliant mind, but also, man, a gory mind. You know what I mean? The fight with the hound, it never happens in the books. Okay. That's what they replaced it with? You sure? Brienne versus the hound never happens in the book. So they replaced it. They replaced the biter fight with the hound fight? Why though? Okay. It was a great moment in the show for sure. Great moment in the show. I really enjoyed it. Georgian paste. Huge. Okay, so yeah, I'm a huge Elder Scrolls fan, man. Back from Skyrim. I'm so glad that they remastered that game. One of my favorites actually. I'm looking forward to what is it? Elder Scrolls, what is it? 6? I think. 6? Is it? Or is it 7? I don't remember. What did they announce? I think it was last year or this year at E3. I think they announced Elder Scrolls 6, I think. Is it 6 or 7? I don't remember. Tons of crowns in the crown store. I should go back and buy a house and a horse. Buy a house and a horse. In the book, Sansa is not married to Ramsay. They married a friend of Arya to him. Arya had girls as friends. Damn. So they fight between Robert and Oberyn. Who wins? Man, I'm always gonna. I'm always gonna go with the quicker guy because I do believe that the quicker you are, the better chance you have in a fight. Um, because big dudes they get tired quicker. Maybe Robert when he was in his prime, because he did say back in season one, he did say that he was pretty strong back then. So I mean, one good hit on Oberyn might put him out for good. But Oberyn is pretty quick, man. He was running circles around the mountain before he started acting stupid and got himself killed. Oh, it's Sansa's friend. And they pretend that she's Arya's friend. Okay. But isn't Stephanie, isn't they when it comes on to Bethesda, I think a lot of people is upset with them right now because they're like concentrating on mobile stuff, if I'm correct. I think they're getting a lot of heat because of that, because they're like concentrating on mobile stuff. I don't remember if that is Bethesda or another publishing company. Um, I might be wrong, but I could be right also. Okay, so they have a new game called Starfield. Starfield, isn't that mobile only? I think in the book he's like 2 meters tall. What the hell, bro? Dude, Oberyn shitted on the mountain, man. He shitted on the mountain. He got cocky. That's what got him killed. He got emotional, forgot the real reason why he was fighting, you know, and that could get you killed in no matter how good of a fighter, that could get you killed in any fight. Getting emotional, bringing emotions into it, that could get you killed. G Poole is married to Ramsay. She was a childhood friend of Sansa's, but it okay. Pass her off as Arya imposter. Okay. So what? Ramsey thought that he was getting married to Arya in the books. That's true. He did make sure that he was going to die, whether he lost or not. That's decent. Yes, the smaller, quicker guys usually beat the big guys. That's true in real life too. That's very true in real life. Big guys usually want to get one hit. It's the same thing in the last episode of the season in episode 7. You guys saw the fight between how I was like between Theon and that big dude. Dude was tired. I don't think he got 10 punches off on Theon, and he was breathing hard as hell. He was winded. Big dudes, if they get a good hit on you, they can put you out. But if they can't do that, if you're quick enough, if they can't do that, well, Oberyn and Barristan, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because I would say in their prime, I would probably take Barristan. I'm not gonna lie, I would probably take Barristan because he also has he's battle tested, man. He is. He's battle tested from what you guys have been telling me. I mean, the guy, if he fights anything close to Sir Arthur Dane, he's a beast. You know what I'm saying? Now you guys are saying he's second to Sir Arthur Dane. You know, so I mean, if he's anything close to that guy, I don't think Oberyn could take him in his prime. I'm just saying. Elder Scrolls Blades. Yeah, like I'm not into mobile games like that. So I think that's why I'm saying like I think they were taking a lot of heat because they're having too much focus on the mobile aspect, and we've been waiting on Elder Scrolls 6 for a long ass time. you know, I mean it's been years, a lot of years, over 5 years. I think Elder Scrolls 5 came out. It dropped before Skyrim, right? So it's a long time ago, a very long time ago. I'm talking about like maybe 10 years plus. Oberyn should have listened to Tyrion and wore a helmet. Would that have saved him though? I mean, I mean, man has freakish strength. He probably would have crushed his head in that damn helmet. Oberyn was a beast, man. Yeah, got from the first scene when he stabbed the guy's hand. When he went in there, was like, "Listen, man, I don't like this Lannister stomp. To stop singing this damn song, man." I was all for it. I was all for it. Instantly became one of my favorite characters. Instantly, because I hate that song because of what happened at the end of season 3. Oh, Ramsey knew who she was, didn't care. So Lord's gonna, but Miss, okay, okay, okay. So the real Arya would bake him into a goddamn pie and serve him to roast. You are so right. Arya is a savage, man. Okay, now getting some more knowledge here. Arrow Ota. For the non-book readers, it's the black dude protecting the king of Dorne, killed by a little girl. Oh, for real. They sure did not show any of his skills before they killed him off. Wow. Cause I remember when he held the what was it? I don't remember. Is that a spear that he held at the dude's throat? Um yeah, I remember when he held a, it's not a spear, it's like a, what the hell do they call those things again? I don't remember. But when he held that weapon to Jamie's throat and it was like, if you had two good hands, this would have been a good fight. Yeah. Man, the Dorn situation, man, was just really odd. And you guys said it's a way better, explanation of Dorn in the because I loved Oberyn. I did. I really did love him. It was very interesting to get to know about Dorn a lot more. But it's just the whole the sand snakes thing. Like I just, it was poorly executed. I think they could have done a lot better with telling the story of Dorn. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think they could have done a lot better with that. He got taken out by a knife in the back, so they just killed everybody. Yeah, it kind of came off like that. Be honest, it did. For real, you are right. Nobody really wears a helmet in the damn show when they super need it. You know, you got John out there on the battlefield, not wearing no helmet, no nothing, just out there. You know, but in the series they could not call at yeah, this that is true. That is true. Got to consider that. They can't wear it in the series because they want to make sure that you see emotions and stuff. Um, that is true. Yeah, yeah, definitely too long. I knew Elder Scrolls need to drop like right now. It's too good of a series for them to keep us waiting this long. I mean, we did wait a long time for the new God of War. So hey, I mean, I'm a huge God of War fan, and man, when they announced that thing at E3, I think it was what 2016. Man, I almost jizzed in my pants, bruh. So I'm just saying, the Sand Snakes were the worst casting decision. No good actors. Yes, they weren't good. They were tell. I actually believe that it. I don't think, and I think out of the whole Dorn storyline, they just did not do as well as as they could have. You know, because at that point, the intensity and the acting was still up there. You know what I'm saying? The dialogue was still good, so they could have wrote them better. But they just didn't. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not used to the books though, so you know I'm not. I haven't read anything in the book, so I don't. I have to judge them based on what I see in the show. You know what I'm saying? And they seemed intimidating at first from the first scene when they found out Jamie and Bran was on was at Dorne. They seemed very intimidated. The over the daughters, right? But then they didn't do anything after that. It was more of just like some little one-liners here and there, you know, stabbing people. The way how they kill Tristan was just weird, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was just weird. So they really didn't. When it comes on to Mr. Selmy, as I love to call him, it they I don't as I said when he died, I didn't like how he died. um they could have given him a better send off. You know what I'm saying? Maybe could have let him die. I don't even know what to say because Barristan was that dude, man. He was that guy that was like I never seen him fight, but it was like just it all the scenes that he was in, man. When he stormed out of the Red Keep, man, that was the most epic shit that I seen in Game of Thrones up until then. That was just the way how he did it, the way the things that he said. He was like the way how he talked to the King's Guard. He was like, "Listen, man, why y'all drawing your swords out here? I could take all y'all down before y'all even pull your swords. What are you doing? You gotta respect this genius right now." you know I understand. I'm glad that he died on screen and not off screen because that would have just, you know, made me go off even more. The whole part with Jamie and Bran in Dorne was a strange comic movie, completely irrelevant. So sad for the book readers, who all of the politics in Dorne. Okay, who played Shay? Shay. Shay did a pretty good job as an actress. Wasn't anything over the top. I just didn't like um not how she died. When it came to the part where she was act where when she was testifying against Tyrion, that whole sequence that led up to that, like as you guys know, when you saw my reaction, it was like she's dumb. They made her seem like an absolutely dumb character. What don't you get that Tyrion is trying to protect you here? Like, how hard is that to get? The whole reason why he's saying these things to you is to get you out of King's Landing so you do not suffer the fate of the same fate as what happened, as he told you about, that you know about what happened to the last whore that he fell in love with, when he found out that it was a whore and his dad found out that it was a whore. What happened? He's trying to get you out of King's Landing, but she just didn't get it, you know. And then she ended up in this situation where she's testifying against Tyrion and saying these things, whether she was under duress or not. You get what I'm saying? She did say some very, very hurtful things, which is, it's so obvious when you're looking at Tyrion's face when he was saying those things to Shay that he did not mean a damn word he was saying. It was hurting him while he was saying it, you know? Super iffy, interesting characters. I still can't have a good opinion. Their support for that goddamn pretender Aegon and is accursed mercenaries. What is he talking about? I don't know about that. Their support for Aegon? Was that a Targaryen back in the day? Isn't that John's name? Or they named him after Aegon in their previous adult movies? What? She's a porn star? Is she a porn star? Shay was a porn star. That's weird. Not talking about John, by the way. Okay, okay, okay. Now I see it, Jackson. Okay. No, I didn't know that. I didn't know she did porn, and I don't think she did a bad job as an actress. I just didn't like what happened and how she ended up testifying against Tyrion. Like, that's what I didn't like. But it I mean, she did a good job. She did a good job. It wasn't terrible, you know. All right, Gavin. See y'all, man. I'm about to end the stream anyway, but I'll stay on as long as you guys are still asking questions. This is no problem. You were in great joining the books. You must be a very interesting character, but no time to do a storyline in the show. For real, like a lot of people have said that about you, and also that he's great, you know, in the books. Well, not a good person, and not great as in a good person, but you know. Oh no. It's like do not watch the porn. Yeah, you running super crazy in the books, right? Yeah. The dragon binding thing. Okay. In the book, Shay does not really seem to love Tyrion. Tyrion is not as handsome as Peter Dinklage. He lost his nose at the Blackwater battle. Okay. Well, I mean, you can't have a bunch of ugly people acting on TV. That's not going to pull an audience. I've explained this in the past on one of my videos where I tell you that like a book and a TV show, and a TV show being you know a a um a representation of a book that was written is always going to be different, because when it comes on to a TV show have to account for a lot more than what a book has to account for. All you care about is readers when it comes on to books. That's all you care about. It's the only aspect. TV show they have to worry about the visual aspect, also the people that are listening to the dialogue. They have to be concerned about um what really pulls an audience and stuff like that. When you pick up a book to read, all you really care about is the words that are on the page. That's all you got to really worry about, and let your imagination run wild. In a TV show, what you see is what you get. So you are basing it based on just what what you're seeing, and whether you're gonna love it or whether you're not gonna watch the show. I'm pretty sure there are people out there that don't like Game of Thrones. It's not a very big crowd, but you know, you know what I'm saying. It's just what it is. A TV show just has to account for a lot more than a book. So you got to look at it from that contrast. So yeah, so we got ugly characters. Yeah, the actors are not ugly at all. No, there were a couple ugly people there. They weren't main actors, main actors, but I'd seen a couple ugly ones there that were they weren't off the cuff super ugly or anything. It's just you know not my cup of tea. So no, this she's not a porn star. She was young. She did some really cheap porn movies that nobody watched. When she got famous in Germany, newspaper made a big story about it. Okay. Um, guy in the book who Varys and Illyrio Mopatis claim is Elia Martell's son Aegon. He's not, by the way, and I'll fight a goddamn Night's King over that. Okay. I wish Tyrion had told Shader through, then she might have been she might not have been so vindictive. That is true. That is true. But she wouldn't listen. But she wouldn't listen. He was trying to tell her the most vile thing he could think of to get her to get out of there. Telling her the truth, I think telling her the truth would have made her want to stay even more with him. You know, he was trying to get her out of there. Because the thing about it is this: Tyrion is just as afraid. At that point, he was just as afraid of his father of any of as anyone would. You know what I'm saying? People feared Tywin. His kids feared him. You know what I'm saying? They loved him, but they feared him. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that man would kill his own kids to protect his family. Which is a weird statement to even come out of my mouth, but that's how it is. The man cares so much about his legacy. You know what I'm saying? That I just feel like I mean, you probably send Jamie to the wall if he act up too much. You know what I'm saying? So, Shady Truth, she might not have been something. Yeah, just claim to not being afraid. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He tried that. He tried telling her the truth, and she said she wasn't afraid. I don't think he would have changed her mind one bit. She really is, and that's what I'm saying. Like they just wrote Shay to be so dumb in the end. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I didn't like about it. Like, just her being stupid not to understand where Tyrion was coming from and to just go. I think the best you could hope for in that situation is if he had left King's Landing and say, "Okay, let's run away together." Um Tyrion also got to consider the fact that he's also a Lannister. She doesn't have to worry about that. A Lannister is not really the most popular person around. You know what I'm saying? So for him to just leave and go somewhere, I mean, it could have worked out. Um, but the thing about it is that Tyrion also loves his family, even though you know, he's hated by most of his family. He still loves his family. Jon or Bran, from whose point of view? I don't know. If they should make a movie, hmm. That's a pretty interesting question. I probably would go from a different. I mean, it. To be honest, well, let's be objective about this. It wouldn't be John or Bran. You know who they would tell the story from? Whose perspective? They would tell it from Daenerys' perspective. If anybody worth their salt, they wouldn't do it from John's or Bran's perspective. They would go with Daenerys. Why? Because Daenerys, um, John's story is very interesting. His arc is very interesting, but I don't think, to me, I think Daenerys's her whole bloodline and stuff like that coming down. John would tie into that, but I think hers would be more interested. It would pull a better audience if I'm to be objective about it. Of course, I would want him to tell it from John's perspective, but I think they would go with Daenerys. Because she ties into so much more than just happened to be in the Targaryen line. She is a Targaryen. We knew that from the start, from she was introduced. You get what I'm saying? So and her bloodline is so involved in the show that it's like you have to go with her. You know what I'm saying? Then the whole thing with the dragons, it's just everything would just be a whole in, would be better for a movie. You get what I'm saying? The whole thing about the dragons, how she got the dragons, you know what I'm saying? As I said, the callbacks to her family, all of that good stuff, just would make for a better perspective than John. I for a movie. They weren't even ugly, like Walter Frizz. They were just average girls filmed in the dark to make. Yes, that is so true. I pointed that out. I said they did it. They filmed it in a way to make them look ugly, and I remember pausing the video and was saying, "Yeah, they ain't that ugly. I can see that." And that's because, I love my girls all natural. I don't like them to cake their face with makeup. So I know what natural beauty looks like. You know what I'm saying? So when I looked at them, I was like, but these girls aren't ugly. Why are they making it seem like, they could have, I mean, I guess you can find a lot of ugly actresses to put in shows. I guess that's a problem. Maybe it's just scarce. I don't know. But they weren't ugly. He said Ramsey has a golden heart, but is misunderstood by the world. By the way, Tisha, she wasn't actually a whore. I thought she was. Is that explained in the book, or was that in the show? Because so they lied to him. Yes, they did. Hey, kitty cat, you just kitty cat just coming on. What? No, it does not have a golden heart. He's way more cruel in the books. That's what I'm saying. That's what I've heard. I just think he's nice dude who does cruel things because he's missed what? Gerard, for real? Because he's misunderstood? Ramsey's a psychopath, bro. Maybe it is. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like they changed a lot of things from the books. So when you guys talk about the books of stuff I don't know, it's weird. As always, it's gonna be weird for me because I'm like, I can't imagine that happening because now that I've watched the entire thing, um, I, yeah, standards of beauty tend to change with eras. Um, that's true. You know, this is just my personal preference. Not that I have anything against people, that do, cosmetic surgery, um, and stuff like that. I don't have anything against those people. It's just that my preference. I'm not afraid to tell anybody my preference because it's just my preference. You know, a lot of people, you wouldn't imagine the amount of people that give me slack about dating a Hispanic girl. It's just how it is. It's you know not that I give two shits about it, but you know yeah, I've been Han for a while now. Being a bastard in Westeros is not easy. Hey man, we got John, okay? Turns out he's not a bastard though. But he still lived the bastard life. And he had to deal with it just like Ramsey had to deal with it. And John didn't turn out to, he had a better role model. So I guess it's different in that perspective. He did have a better role model. I mean, Ramsey had Roos. Um, I think Roos allowed him to be that crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like he allowed him because I mean their banner is a flayed man. You know what I'm saying? So they're ruthless. Who knows? It could have been Roos that taught him how to be like that. Who knows, man? He empathizes for Ramsey. Ah, okay, but wait, whole makes sense. Okay, manages fine. Who's Mia Stone? You guys are talking about a bunch of people that I have no idea what is. Who's Brendan Rivers Jackson? Who are these people? Are they from the books? The actress who plays Brienne said that they spent hours on putting makeup on the Hound to make him look ugly. This is true because I've seen him. I've seen pictures of him without the burn marks on his face, and pretty decent looking guy. You know, so it's tough. And I mean, it's kind of obvious that with the hair, you know what I'm saying, being peeled back and stuff from the burn marks, stuff like that. Of course, it's not gonna look as good, you know. So nobody on the show is that like off put. I think the ugliest thing I seen in the show was when when the red woman took off the necklace and stuff like that. Like that was the ugliest thing I've seen in the show. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna say ugly, like I do not want to see that. Like, that was not cool, not easy to look at. Uh, you know, you know, that's beauty is in the eye of the beholder and is only skin deep. Well, not really. Not necessarily. Cause I mean, I've dated average girls. I've dated girls that are average, not over the top beauties or anything like that because we share interests and stuff. I'm not a shallow person. Like for me, like I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I would date a girl that's like, you know what I'm saying, out here looking like a troll. But but I'm gonna be honest and be like, well, if she has decent qualities, and we share interests, that I would take the chance. It's just the type of person I am. And anybody could tell you that about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've dated pretty average looking women, you know. I mean, and I've dated very beautiful women. So it's just how it is. Especially when you're making the money, dude. I mean, it's crazy how even women that you've known your own life change their perception of you when you're making money. It's crazy. I mean, they're not. I don't want to say they're gold diggers, but you know what I'm saying. It's just their perception of you change, not because you look any better. All right, sister, the sword wielded by Visenya Targaryen. Who is that? Brendan Rivers? Okay. Blood Raven. The three-eyed raven. Okay. Hold on. The three-eyed raven was a Targaryen bastard. Is that what you're saying? Became Lord Commander of the Night Watch. Okay. Or this must be some book information. Okay. So the three-eyed raven was Targaryen bastard. Okay. That would have been nice for them to put in the show. That's, she looked. Brienne is beautiful, man. Even though she's, you know, for me, I don't really like tall women. Like in certain instances, I've never dated anybody taller than me because I'm like 6'1". So, but I've never dated a girl that's taller than me. So I don't know. I've always find them very peculiar though. I love long legs. I like women with really like long legs. Um, but I've never like dated any woman that was taller than me. And I know Brienne is what, like 6'3" in real life? Like she's up there, you know. But she's really pretty. Okay. Yeah, so combined a character from the books of Benjamin Stark. Okay. Yes, she's extremely like she's I mean, she's a beast in the show, you know. Absolute beast. You know. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if I would date a woman that's taller than me. 6'3" in meters. Let me see if I can find that really quick. 6'3" in meters. I don't know how much that is. Hey Siri, what is 6'3" in meters? What would you like to convert into meters? 6'3" inches. Sorry, I missed that. Really? What would you like to convert into meters? 6 feet 3 inches. Sorry, I didn't understand. Siri can't tell me nothing. In meters. Okay, we go right. 6 feet 3 inches in meters. It's about 1.9 meters, almost 2 meters. Yeah, almost 2 meters. Siri has. Siri, are you stupid? Yeah, you're right. She doesn't know how to answer. Yeah, 6 feet 3 meters is almost I mean 6 feet 3 inches is almost it's like 1.9 meters. Man, these people are they're pretty tall. If they're that, I mean, um, if Brienne is 6'3", I was just guessing. I'm not sure. Um, Tyrion, he says he is not his son, but he couldn't prove it. I don't know. Some people are saying that. I mean, somebody had a crazy theory saying that he's, you know, that maybe the Mad King raped Tywin's wife or something like that. So that's the reason why Tyrion was able to interact with the dragons. Um, that would have to be fleshed out in the books because if they mention anything like that, or people are saying that Tyrion would have been the third dragon rider, and I'm like, I don't know about all that. I'm just saying it would come off of as bit of a asshole if they should do something like that, you know? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was saying that that's something, Gerard, is something that they could flesh out into the in the books, and it would be, you know, believable. At this point in the story, according to the TV series, it would come off as an asshole. You get what I'm saying? Because not everybody has read the books. So that's what I'm saying. Like the lore explains it, but the TV show doesn't. You get what I'm saying? There's absolutely no indication of it from season one. There's not even a slight reference. So it would be hard for them to weave that into it in the last 6 episodes coming up, you know? Well, Aries was kind of obsessed with Joanna Lannister. That's what I'm saying. You guys are telling me this, and I do believe you. I believe you guys that that happened, and you guys are getting this from maybe lore or from the books, you know. So I definitely believe you guys. Could be the real reason why Tywin hates him so much. Would explain a whole damn lot. I'm just saying. Yeah, it would be too random. It would be too random. It was like throwing shit at a piece. It would be too much. It's like throwing shit at a blank paper and expect it to stick. You know what I'm saying? Not a love, not a love triangle. If one side is Mad King, then it's what, a rape circle? I don't know. I mean, as I said, it would be very interesting to find out that Tyrion is also a Targaryen, regardless of if he's a bastard or not. Um, would explain a lot. You know what I'm saying? It would explain why he was able to interact with the dragons so easily. Um, would explain a lot about Tyrion. It would explain why his dad hates him so much. Why he just didn't feel like he belonged with his family. I mean, but there's so many other things in the show that kind of helped you to understand why he was hated. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's way too late to introduce something like that. Absolutely too late. Yeah, he says a lot of that stuff. I brought you up as my son. You are no son of mine. He says that a lot, but there was no explanation behind it. That could just be of the fact that he was born the way he is. You know, when you have two perfect children, and then your youngest comes out like that, you know what I'm saying? As a dwarf, it's very easy to be hateful against that person. Then your wife dies as a result of it. I mean, he has more than enough reason, other than the fact that it might not be his kid, to hate Tyrion. You know what I'm saying? Even though he shouldn't, you know, but there are reasons for hate. You know what I'm saying? Not that it's justified hate. Without the visions from Bran, it was always seemed to be random that John, without the visions. But they fleshed it out, is what I'm trying to say. They fleshed it out. The whole thing about there was a lot of indications towards John from the very first season. Now that we understand, you get what I'm trying to say? Now that we understand, as I'm saying, there's nothing in the story. There was no dialogue that happened to tell us this about Tyrion. That's what I'm trying to say. There were a lot of hints and little hints here and there about John. You know what I'm saying? From season one, from Ned talking, refusing to say who John's mother is, and all of this other stuff, there's little hints, there's little dialogues here and there, little stuff that's referencing towards that towards that end. So it wasn't completely random. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there were always clues about him. I guess maybe if they could flesh it out, I'm all for it. I'm just saying it's just gonna really come off as an asshole, is what I'm trying to say. As I'm saying, I would be happy, ecstatic about it to find out that Tyrion is a Targaryen. It would fit. It would definitely fit his journey, everything about it. You know what I'm saying? He never felt like, he was never a quote unquote Lannister. You know what I'm saying? He was never treated like one. He was one because he just happened to be associated. You know what I'm saying? Tyrion would not raise Ares bastards at his own. He'd mount his head on a spike. That's true. Exactly. It would be too, that's what I'm saying. It would just come off way too much as, them just it too much as fan service for them to just come out with that now. Maybe he was not sure, maybe he needed a second son in case. I mean, no, because even when Tyrion asked for Castle Rock, Tywin straight up tell him, hell no. He straight up told him hell nah. So it had nothing to do with needing a second son in case of Jamie's death. I still don't think Tywin I don't think Tywin would have ever gave Tyrion Casterly Rock. Ever. Yeah, it means something. I'm just saying it's just one um the whole dragon scene with Tyrion is just one thing that we have to go on, you know what I mean? It's just one thing that we had to go on. Tywin is a guy that ordered the murder of Elia and her two children. He would not order a Targaryen bastard, especially from Ares, who he hated. That is true. And that's what I'm saying. If he knew, why not just kill Tyrion? That it just doesn't make sense for him to keep Tyrion around if he knew or had any int towards that. Gifts for us books readers, Game of Thrones nerds, just like Lady Stoneheart is sometimes in the background of scenes. Okay. Why did he hate Tyrion so much? Just because his mother died giving birth to him and because he's a dwarf? Those are pretty strong reasons for hate, man. You guys don't understand. Those I mean, you just named two things that are pretty strong reasons for I've seen parents hating their kids for less. For less, man. So that's not so far fetched that so much hate comes from that. It's not so far fetched, funny. It's just not. I think you guys have talked. Lady Stoneheart is that the reincarnation of Catelyn, right? I think that's who Lady Stoneheart is, if I'm correct. I've heard somebody have mentioned it before. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. The Lady Stoneheart is from the book. Yeah, the story is not over yet. Tyrion was more blonde than now. Maybe they dropped the idea of him as a target. Oh, maybe they did. Maybe they did. Could be. Maybe they did. He was a lot more blonde. True. True. That is true. Didn't quite have the silver here though. I mean, John doesn't either, but he could have gotten his hair from his mom. So could get his hair color from his mom. Or maybe they did that deliberately so that they could have that big reveal about John. Um, yeah. Mm, I could be overestimating it. Could be. It'll always be revealed next season, right before he dies. Well, thanks for that. Tyrion was good enough to be married to Sansa, but that's they hate the dude, man. I mean, they saw that as punishing Sansa, and also, I mean, Tywin was also thinking strategically. Tywin is the type of person like this. The way how I saw him was that dude will say anything to get people to do what he wants. You get what I'm saying? Um, I mean, he invited Oberyn, even though he knows the grudge that Oberyn has against him. He still invited him to be on the under the judge for Tyrion's trial. So Tywin does strikes me as that type of person that he'll make friends with his enemies, man. You know, he'll make quote unquote friends, not act friends, but you know what I'm saying. Hey, Win, appreciate it, man. That would be a bigger stain to kill your own child. He said he let him live because he could not prove he was not his. Watch that scene again. Ah, you are right about that. I remember that scene. I do remember that scene. Hmm. Well, if they do reveal it, we can have these callbacks to go to, no doubt. Completely irrelevant. Okay. That marriage between Sansa and Tyrion is way more awkward in the books. Oh, so Tyrion was actually into the whole marriage thing in the books with Sansa? You are right. You are so right about that. They just gave up on the hair and makeup department. No, actually what I think is that them wigs for Daenerys was starting to cost so much. They started just giving everybody else regular haircuts. It's like, let's cut Cersei's hair off, man. I'm tired of this. Sansa is a bad wife. She didn't even understand Ramsay. Not good enough for him. Gerard is just trolling everybody. Tyrion having an accidental child will not be difficult for Tywin to fake. That's true too. There's what? That thing they foreshadowed that might be used is Gendry being Cersei's kid? How? I don't see how that's gonna be possible. His story is pretty interesting though. Um Golden art indeed. True. Yeah. Tyrion is they say he's very ugly in the books. Season one, episode two, Cersei talking about a real child she had with Robert, the black haired beauty who died and will be the same age as Gendry. I remember that. Um but didn't she say she was so heartbroken over losing the child though? Wouldn't make sense. Cersei's not the type to give up children. It wouldn't fit her character. She loves her kid more than life itself. So I that's hard for me to fathom. Yeah, fathom is it's just it's hard for me to imagine that she would give up a child or give away a child. So that must have been hard. Kendrick said that his mom dies when he was little, and he remembered her being blonde. Mm. Yeah, treat children with golden hair. That's true. As I'm saying, the baby must have died. I just can't. It just goes against her character. Um, he nailed the hottest chick in Game of Thrones, Miranda. The Gendry Cersei thing is really dumb and also irrelevant. The Iron Throne must only be held by a dragon. Damn it. The chair was forged in the maw of Balerion the Black Tread. Probably. That is true. Gendry's storyline would probably end in a plot hole. Because, to be honest, why is Gendry still around? I mean, his story's not that great. It just brought him back so he could have that one little moment with John and then didn't even fight um at Eastwatch. He just ran back, to go tell him to get Daenerys. So still no great thing about Genji. I just like seeing him because he's just he was nice to Arya, so I just like seeing him. Someone will legitimize by the end and ask for that. You make a good point there, Stephanie. You make a very good point there. He's really the last Baratheon. that can continue the house. To be honest, I didn't even think of that, but that is very true. No one said Genji should be on the Iron Throne. Bran can just say to him, he saw he's not a bastard, and Cersei was really sad because she had to give up on him. I don't know. I, I don't know. Gendry wasn't taken by the Red Woman in the books. That was Storm, another one of the Robert's bastards. Yes. Hmm. He has a part to play in the war to come. I believe so too. I don't know what or why. She didn't want Robert's child. All right. Let me ask you guys a question. Honestly, let me ask you guys a question. Um, how long do you guys feel like this relationship between Jamie and Cersei been going on? How long? Is it explained in the books? How long they've been, you know, having this incest relationship? Is it like from teenage years, or it started, did it start before she got to King's Landing or after, you know, she was married to Robert and stuff? Well, that's he's never had another woman than Cersei. Him saying that doesn't mean, I want to know, since puberty. You guys serious? He joined the King's Guard at 15 to be close to Cersei. So before, so maybe before then, I mean, puberty could be 9, 10 years old. So could be before. That's what I'm saying. Like if if she didn't want to have Robert's child, I don't think she would have had that scene when she was talking about that baby when she was talking to Robert. And I think at one point, because the way how she was explaining it, or maybe it's different in the books, but from the show's perspective, when she was talking to Robert in that scene, I think she was happy at one point with Robert. So, because I don't know how to explain this because it's a weird situation at the same time. Because if it's been happening, if her and Jamie has been doing this forever, you know what I'm saying? Was she really in love with Robert? You know what I'm saying? Since when people wanting to have sex. So Joanna knew about it. I was just kidding, really. Okay. Or even before. Yeah, it's been happening in more innocent ways since they were children, but then puberty happened and bang, literally. Yes, Cersei had a crush on Robert, but when he laid with her, he whispered Lyanna into her ear. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying I'm not talking about from Robert's perspective, but from Cersei's perspective. I think because the way how she was talking to him made it really seem like she was in love with him or love I liked him at some point. You get what I'm saying? She wasn't, or maybe she was just in love with the idea of being queen. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She did ask him, "Did you feel anything at any point?" So that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I was asking that question. You know, The White Walkers wouldn't have a dragon, and they wouldn't need to defend themselves, and they would never. Well, a story has to be told, Andy. A story has to be told, so these things happen. A lot of things could have been avoided in this show. Shoot, if Ned didn't go to King's Land to be the hand of the king, he would still be a character in the show. you know? Okay, so in the books, they got caught by a servant, and someone told Joanna, but Joanna died before she could tell Tywin, I guess. Yeah, I didn't like when he hit Cersei. I didn't like that. As much as I didn't like Cersei as a character, even from the beginning of Game of Thrones, the way how she acted, I didn't like the fact that he hit her in the face. Like that was uncalled for. But I mean, we are talking about something set back in those times, if you want to call it medieval times. Um, so back then it wasn't so strange, you know. The Jamie and Cersei are the couple who has more love for each other. Okay. Cersei loved Rhaegar. Oh my god, what is wrong with you guys with the trolling? Well, Cersei had no problem. Um, I'm um no problem having fun without her man, like, cause yeah, she doesn't have no problem to do any of that. That's what I'm saying. It's like she just like, and it's like she's hooked on like family people. It's just like, okay, I can't have Jamie. Let me go lay down with my cousin. I'm like, there's so she could have had so many other people. Why Lancel? You know? Okay, so she's a lot like Sansa. I know that because she hated the fact that she had to that she was shipped off to marry some dude. You know, Lancel was not. I think Jamie has more love for Cersei than she does for him. She sleeps with the cousins too. Yeah. The Night King took up residence in the Night Fort and waged his war on men for his queen, who was one of the others. It's the whole story. Euron is a really scary badass in the books. Yes. Jackson. Oh my god. In the books, Euron wants to become a god. I find that very fascinating. We know what cruel things people do in the name of a god. Imagine the things a man does. He thinks he is a god. You ain't lying about that. Cersei didn't love Rhaegar, but she was pretty pissed that Aerys spurned Tywin by rejecting their betrothal. Cersei uses sex as a means of control. She does. She does it to Jamie, mind you. She does it. In the later seasons, of course. That's because she thinks she's too good. How do we know some of her kids are not Lancel? How long has she been sleeping with Lancel? I thought that started because Jamie was captured or whatever. Pornhub stuff? What? Maybe Joffrey was the mountain son. Would explain why he was so sadistic. Oh my god, I'm done. I'm done. You guys are just on a trolling streak right now. It's been 3 hours, guys. I think it's time to wrap this up. It's been a wonderful time spending this time with y'all, man. Cersei Ramsey marriage. Who would kill who? Oh my god. Zoan Daxus is son, rightful heir to the throne of Galactic Empire. Okay. All right, guys, it's been real, man, for real. First live stream after it's pretty. Of course, I'm gonna be doing a lot more of these just to chat with y'all. Um, I was hoping that there would be a bunch, a lot more people here, but hey, I'm happy that some of you guys show up. I know my loyal subscribers out there, man. Some people showed up late, some people didn't know, but that's okay. Um, because a lot of people do not watch. They don't watch my the end of my videos, my reviews, and I have the thing about it is that I have to do that to stay somewhat within fair use. So you guys got to understand that. It's the reason why a lot of times I pause even sometimes when I don't need to. Um, but I pause in part because of that. But it's not the entire thing. I pause because I want to give my opinion also, and I want to talk over the show. So you guys are going on a tangent. Anyways, so guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. It's been really awesome talking to you guys. I don't want to lose my voice because I practically talk for a living. So so um I don't want to stay on here talking for too long, lose my voice, and I have to go, talk to people tomorrow and all this other stuff. So thank you guys for tuning in. It's been real, man. As always, I love y'all, man. It's been an awesome 3 months to say the least. Been an awesome 3 months. The ride has been great. You know, now we're gonna be able to move on to something else. Hope you guys definitely support those reactions that are coming up. Will let you guys know by the end of tomorrow. We'll let you guys know which shows I actually chose to move on with. Okay. Um, but it was awesome talking to you guys, man. Awesome. As I said, hope you guys support those reactions when they start coming out. As you have supported this one. I'm all for the grind. As I've told you guys before, I'm all for the grind. Thank you guys for liking the live stream, coming on live with me. Next time I'm should have a better setup by the next live stream. To come on, maybe I can do some reactions while I'm on. We can watch some lore videos, whatever the situation is, but I will definitely let you guys know. I did schedule the live stream in advance. But YouTube's notifications is very wonky because it's supposed to send you guys a notification off the stream when it's gonna start and stuff like that, so you guys can know about it. But would you stop putting that in the comment section, man? The 666. Like, I don't even want to look at that junk right now because I hate that number so much. Because it's so taboo, you know. Not that I'm superstitious about it or anything. I just don't like the number because it's never associated with anything good, you know. So I just don't want to look at it right now. It's the same thing with me and another number that I will not mention. So thank you guys for tuning in once again. And the Lord of Light. Anyways, um, thanks for tuning in, man. I actually used to live in New York. Nova used to live in New York. I used to live in Brooklyn. Lived in Long Island for a little while too. Um, yeah, I lived up there for like 2 years. I couldn't stand the cold, man. I don't know how you guys deal with it. I can't stand the cold. Anyways, but as always, you already know this has been Terabyte Reacts. Peace out. Good night. Funny kitty cat. See you guys next time. Look out for the channel update. I'm definitely gonna do an update video. Let you guys know what's come up on the channel. Peace out, guys. See you guys next time.